the last 15 minutes, we're going to look at beats and crossings. We've done a little bit of beats earlier with the feints. We're going to play around with the idea of beats versus doing specific drills. Kind of keep this like free-form, loose play kind of thing with a focus on beats. Touche just defines beats as a blow of strong against weak, and that's it. He doesn't tell you how to beat, where you should direct the attacks after the beat. He just says a beat is a violent attack for strong on weak, and your attack should be, well, the attack in the beat should be violent and swift, right? We're not just kind of like, think, 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 I'm trying to knock your sword, if I can, out of your hand, but at least offline where I can hit you and stuff. But there are a few different ways we can play around with beats. I'll borrow Wendy. So I can, one step over here, I can do a simple beat where I just kind of, from one guard, I can just beat, knock her blade away and thrust, right? That's a nice bread and butter one, just a simple beat and then into an attack. Beat extension, right? I can do a change beat where if she engages me here in second, I can do a disengage into a beat and then lunge. That's a fun one. If I do that a little bit more at speed, so engage in second. Right, as soon as I beat, I'm lunging. We could also do a little bit of a change beat. So I engage you, you disengage, I counter disengage, beat, and go. You can attack me. I can do a beat parry, and then riposte. Like, he doesn't say how to do beats, he just defines what it is. So those are a few different options that we can play around with. A couple of keys here is I'm not beating and lunging. I beat, extend, and then lunge. And we already looked at like beat, feint, and disengage. We've looked at that earlier in Chris's class and stuff. So for the next like 6 minutes or so, I want you to do like half speed or 3/4 speed slow play with a focus on beats, right? Because we've already done some beats earlier. If you want to do just specific drills, you can just work through that simple beat, change beat, circular beat, and I can walk over if you get stuck or need reminding of what all those are. It's perfectly fine. But otherwise, if I'm doing this with Wendy, we're just doing some slow fencing where we're each focusing on beats, right? She beats my blade, and maybe she attacks. I try to do a beat parry, right? So we're putting a focus on beats here. Still try to defend yourself when your opponent attacks. Don't just both beat each other and then counterattack. Another thing you can kind of play around with, she beats my blade, I beat back, and then go, right? You can play around with all these different ideas. So slow free play, focusing on beats and different types and how different uses of it and stuff. Really kind of see how it works for you and where it doesn't work. Cool? All right, let's give that a go. We're now going to look at covers. This is kind of like the impro card in which the way he defines it, I'm not 100% on my interpretation, so I'm just putting that out there. When you read the book, you might come up with other ideas. That's part of what I like about classical fencing or HEMA in general, is just looking at the old books and just working as a group to kind of fine-tune interpretations and finding the right answer. But the way he describes this cover is that you're getting crossing of the sword almost like an engagement, but it's closer to a right angle. So I think of this as like a blade cover in like classical Italian fencing. Again, I'm not 100% sure if that's exactly what it is, but based on how it's described, that's how I look at it. So that's what we're going to do today. But if you have your own interpretation when you read the book, please email me and let me know, because I like hearing other people's thoughts on this. So I'll borrow Wendy here. So Wendy's got her, this is really good against someone who keeps a very straight sword here. I'm going to engage her in fourth, but I'm going to cross the sword even more to really kind of dominate it here. This is not a great spot for her. From here, she doesn't do anything. I can just reach up and hit her. If she take a step back, I can lunge and hit. If you come this way, if you try to parry while taking a step back, I can disengage and lunge and hit. Right, so I've really like min-maxed my leverage on her, that she doesn't have a lot of great ideas, other than maybe try to like come forward and grapple me. And now we're not really fencing, we're kind of brawling in stuff at that point. But this is all like really getting strong on weak here, getting a strong cross. So your blade is almost at making a right angle between yours and theirs. And then depending how close you are, how far they run away, you can hit them direct with a lunge or disengage around to the opposite line and stuff. Sound good? So let's just do this just on the inside line. So you're going to do the student's going to step on in, get that blade cover in fourth, and then play around with extension, lunge, or a disengagement with the lunge with your training partner.
Okay.
Cool? Yeah.
The blade, turn the hand over and thrust to the flex.
Oh, we want to do the
Yes.
false blow? Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Rather than going all the way around, just
Yeah, maybe he doesn't talk about counters to this at all. He just like,
yeah.
here's the cover. He likes it against someone who likes to disengage a lot. So if we're every time I try to engage, she just disengages.
Oh yeah, because it makes the disengage so large.
So much bigger, yeah. So he likes to use it as an interrupting action against someone who's just like constantly freeing their blade. Like, all right, I just want this blade engagement. Fine, we'll get in. We'll really engage the blade big. So if you had to disengage, it's so big, I have a lot of time and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, but maybe that false edge is an answer against that.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just thinking of
Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah, I like it. All right, play around with this idea. See how it goes. So we are at time. We actually ran a little bit 5 minutes long. Thanks for amusing me for an extra 5 minutes here. So that's all the regular attacks. And then we looked at beats and crossings. We didn't look at disengagements. There's nothing super crazy or super different and new compared to other disengagement. A disengagement is a disengagement. But get the book, read through it, kind of see how he kind of uses it and his ideas behind it and stuff like that. But thanks for coming out today and working with me. You guys did great. Especially the second half, which was much more free-form, experimental and stuff. I hope people kind of enjoyed that mixed in with the usual kind of very structured drilling and stuff. Because when you get out there and fighting against opponents, they're not just going to give you clean cues all the time. So being able to adapt and see when things work and when they fail is super useful as students and stuff. So you all did great. I super appreciate it. Thanks for coming on out. Thank you. I think we have a little bit of time for free fencing before we all get ready for lunch. Not lunch, dinner. Depending on if people are going out to dinner and stuff. Let's salute on out. Let's do the little Besnard salute on out here. But we'll be in our wide first position here. Make sure you have enough room to kind of take a little bit small step back. Step one, we're gonna do this twice. We're gonna walk through it. Step one is cut into basically prime. We're gonna do the Molinet into tierce. And then back straight into on guard. Yeah. Let's do that nice and smooth. So we got 1, 2, 3. Good. One more time. This is looking good.
Always been a long day.
Yeah. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you all. You're all free to go. Let's go. Let's go find Pat and take photos. So he has some good. Oh, there he is. Yeah.
You guys want to do a photo?
Yeah.